a little bit of, how you get around inside Google. Most of you would know this already, that you have the organic and the paid side of Google. You're all aware of that? So there's bits of Google where people pay, and I think the very next one, if you have a look. So where it's circled here, so down below, so the top bit, it actually says ads related to new cars. So these are ads, usually the first 2 or 3. Unfortunately, the screen doesn't show it very well, but on your computer, it's probably got a yellow background, or off-colour for white background. And then down here on the side as well, they're all ads. Whereas this bit here where the circle is and up where the map is, which moves around, you've probably noticed, the map can be anywhere, but somewhere on that first page. They're all what we call organic. So nobody's paid for them to be there. They've just done a really good job in creating a website that represents whatever that search term is in there. And the statistics show us that about 80% of clicks happen in this organic section, although I will have something to say about that in a sec. Likewise, in the reverse, 20% of clicks happen where the ads are. Now, you as a business, if you like, can actually be advertising there. That then puts you up, even though your website may not be created in the best way to get you up high at the moment, you can actually have ads put in here, and then you pay per click generally, although there are other ways you can do it. So every time someone clicks on one of your ads, you then pay, it could be $1.50, it could be 53 cents, it depends on your particular industry and how competitive it is. It also, again, in the ad side of it, Google pays a lot of attention to how relevant you are. So it's not just who the highest bidder gets the highest spot, it's also how relevant, because it goes back to what I said before about Google making money. Because again, if you, as a consumer, were to click on one of these ads on a regular basis and don't get what you want, you'll stop clicking on them. You stop clicking on them, Google stops getting revenue. So then they don't have business anymore. So it all kind of makes sense. I think, depending on the keyword, it's a lot more complex than 20% of clicks. If you are after a new car, you're a purchaser. As a purchaser, your mentality is, I want to buy something. We as consumers now are actually a little bit more mature in how we use Google, and we understand that quite often the things that are in the organic or this other search results that aren't paid for are just information sort of places. There's nothing we can't buy if we're actually in the process of wanting to buy something. So we're actually more likely to click on the ads because we know as consumers, as more mature consumers of this kind of content now, we know we're more likely to find something to buy there. Does that make sense? So it really depends on your industry and what you're trying to sell. But I think people are actually clicking on the ads when the search that they put in, like it might even be buy a new car or buy a red dress or a particular kind of dress or something like that, they actually will click on these ads, because for a long time there was a bit of flack about why is there so many ads, etc., etc. So just keep that in mind when you're thinking about keywords and what your website's going to be relevant for. And if you decide to delve into the world of Google AdWords, which is their advertising platform.